Well, good morning, my fellow YouTube family. I'm going to show you some short videos of the layout for this past week progress and hope you enjoy. Well, the double crossover served its purpose to get an initial loop going. So it's been in a while. With the track here on the right where this switch is, and there'll be an industry spur off of that, it got put in about a week ago. And the only reason I haven't got the Lauren's yard done is because Mr. Muffin's trying to send me a switch. But anyhow, I got this loop going around here done. And this will be the Y that comes into this area. And my brother made the bases for these two bridges. I had the pier sides from my old layout, so I just kind of cleaned them up a little bit and painted them. But we got that installed, and then I decided to go ahead and start laying track. Well, as you can see, this will be the engine service facility, the storage yard for cabooses and engines, and the roundhouse install in there eventually. But I've been putting my switch machines together, cleaning up the switches, some of them off my old layout. And I got this loop put together here. And it comes on around. This will all be a roundhouse and all that good stuff. Anyway, it goes down. As you can see, those will be a reversing loop basically in there, is why one of the reasons I did that. But that'll come across and then goes back down here, sweeps around. Here's the other side of the yard. That's actually Lawrence, South Carolina is where I live. And they have a little small Y-track yard, just like this. So I thought, I'm going to incorporate that in the layout. So if I'm going too fast, sorry. I'm just trying to cover it. Anyway, I finally got this loop tied in. Comes into this crossover right here. And then eventually that'll be the other double track main line loop. It'll go on down here. And there'll be at least one switch here. This is the 072 because it's got to make a sweeping turn right around here into this Y, and then that Y will go back out over here. This whole area is going to be passenger staging yard, extra freight storage yard. I'll probably put in an icing dock facility in here for all my ice reefers. So that's what this is. And then, of course, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but this is the first loop of the double upper track, and it goes on the outer bridge. I'm a little bit concerned about the inner bridge getting the right clearance, so I may have to cheat with this one track so the big boy can swing and straighten out a little bit before it enters the bridge. But anyway, I'm kind of at a standstill right now. I'm waiting for the other two switches to go in right here in this yard area so I can complete at least a 3 or 4 track yard here. Mr. Muffin's who I ordered them from, but he didn't have it in stock apparently. So he had to get it from Gargray or Ross, because Ross is most of what I'm using. A lot of these switches here are Gargrays, but they're from my old layout, so I'm just using them up. This area right here will have a switch coming off and go into the center circle. This will be a town and a railroad industry service area up in here. There'll be a double track. That's why this loose switches and other stuff. But you can really eat up some materials on this thing. I'm already on my 3rd or 4th box of 10 woodland scenic rolls of road bed, and then I've already used up 4 boxes of track, and here's my old layout of track, so I'll probably end up using that box to finish up. And I got my controls area right here. Still got to get my DCS stuff hooked up. Got quite a bit to do there. My sister-in-law gave me the Bigfoot here, and I'm going to put it on this abandoned bridge fishing guy from K-Line. And I had my brother print out some custom tunnel portals. It seems like the stock ones you buy, they never work around curves, so I had to have a little wider one for this one. The big boy, as you know, swings out. And so this will be my tunnel portals for either side of this thing. And then we're trying to figure out what to do for stone wall abutments. So we 3D printed these sheets as an experiment. And of course I got a whole bunch of this stone wall material that I bought, the foam stuff off my old layout, still have that. But yeah, it's coming along. Here's the two Atlas bridges. And of course you'll be able to look through here and see all the passenger yard and all that down through there. And then this is my test engine. I figured if this thing can make it through anything, it will. And I happen to have a bunch of these cars, so I just threw it on there. As you can see, all this stuff was packed up from my old layout in Alaska. That's just a box of switch machines and controllers. And then I got a little quickie workbench here and all the necessities of home, coffee maker, my desk, my computer, printer, storage shelf, and tons of trains sitting around. There isn't a bare spot under any of these. That's why I threw this curtains up around this, so that as you're walking down to the bathroom, you don't see all the stuff stored underneath. So, anyhow, just a quick update of the layout. Here's a quick overview of the whole thing, just so you get an idea what was where. Anyhow, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next week.